What's going on, everybody? Shane here with Vulgar Display Gaming, and today I'm joined by Aaron of the band Axioma. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. How you doing today?
Good, man.
Hell yeah. I just want to start off with saying, I know I briefly said it before, the new EP is absolutely great. You guys composed an entire piece with live Totality for the solar eclipse that happened this year. I know you were approached by like a buddy that you wanted. They were like, "Hey, come play on our property," and you're like, "You know what? Let's write a piece of music to the eclipse." It's
Yeah.
How was that? It's definitely hard because you definitely went in time with the eclipse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're constantly writing music, so we do not have a shortage of, say, riffs laying around. So, or I mean, we have plenty of ideas. So basically, I looked it up and I found this app. It was literally on the phone, and a couple months before the eclipse, it actually to the second had the eclipse,
Like
like
the
how
timeline.
the timeline and exactly where it would be totality and all that. So we got the riffs together and wrote a piece of music, and then we're like, all right, just use this app to adjust the music to the actual eclipse, and somehow it fucking worked.
Yeah, because it goes so perfectly. Everybody should be watching that video because it slowly starts off slow, bringing you in, that droney kind of zoning out. And then all of a sudden, once it gets dark, it gets heavier and heavier. It lines up perfectly. You guys timed it great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a one shot deal, and we literally we're still kind of aghast at how good it came out, and how, like, I mean, even everything from the weather, because the weather here could change on a moment's notice. The weather, the timing, I mean, the recording as well, because I mean, we recorded it right there, and when it comes to recording, all kinds of things can happen,
Yeah.
especially when you're out and outside, and your gear's on a trailer, and there's
Yeah, you guys came ready. Just rolled up with the trailer. We got one shot. Let's do it. You had a buddy record it. You had all the cameras going around. You had some
yeah,
overhead shots. It turned out great. Right on Lake Erie. That was awesome.
yeah, and a lot of the overhead shots weren't even a plan. Just uh, a handful of people were invited there, and this one couple, their son came, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna fly my drone around." He even had the headset, and we'd never met him before, and he got a lot of those amazing shots just
Yeah, it was
flying his drone
killer.
around.
Hey, like I said, you never know who's going to show up to a show and who's going to bring something cool, right?
Oh yeah, and the great part was I'm pretty sure he could cared less about the band. He was just flying his drone around and filming it.
Hey, it's good time for everybody. The EP
Right.
also contained, other studio tracks. Or you just like, you had tracks on the back burner, or did you try to pair it going into this EP? You're like,
Uh,
let's pair it up.
it's we were working on those songs, and then we got approached with this idea, and so we kind of put them aside to focus on that. And once it was done, once the Eclipse thing was done, we were like, okay, these other songs we got, let's finish them up and roll into the studio. So in the timeline, within about a 4 month period there, all those songs are aligned, with when they were created for the most part. So it was it wasn't a planned thing at all. And
Yes.
once we did the Eclipse thing came out so well, we were like, well, shit, we have to put this out, and we'll throw these other songs on there.
Did you go back and change any of the songs? Did you get influenced by the live totality? You're like, hey, let's change up a little bit here and there, or were those songs already written? You know,
They were mostly they were pretty much they were at least they were written and mostly arranged already. Um, we just tightened them up. So I'm not sure if we changed anything. I mean, we might have. I'm not. I don't even remember.
That's all good. But so Axioma's music, you're like it's like a fusion of black metal, doom, and all these kind of things. You take so much inspiration from all sorts of genres. It's hard to pinpoint your distinct sound. Do you like to stick to a certain tone or certain sound when you guys are writing, or you're like, you know what, fuck it, like every track's gonna sound different. Let's do what we want to do.
Yeah, we just do what we want to do. We never, as far as I can remember, we've never sat down and been like, okay, I want this to sound like this or this. We just
Hey, I
get
got a
together.
riff. I got a riff. Let's go with it.
Yeah, we get together and start throwing our own 2 cents in with everyone involved, and that's how it comes out.
I mean, to that point, you've been involved in so many projects from like Keelhaul, Brain Tentacles, Perdition Sect. Like, there's such a wide variety of music under your belt. Like, what do you like to take from all of those projects and put into Axioma?
Uh, Shit. I mean, just experience, I guess. Like musically, I don't even think about that, to be honest. I just pick up a guitar and riffs come out, and
Hell yeah.
that's what happens.
I mean, like I said, that's what I love about Axioma. It's just such a blend. You can't. It's just I don't know. Every song's different to me, and it's just I absolutely love it. It's just some songs tell a story. Some songs it's just a feeling, if that makes sense.
Sure.
And I can't express in words how some of these songs are just that dreadful feeling you get sometimes. It's just killer.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And looking back at your earlier releases with like Sepsis and Crown, how do you feel like I guess I'm going on your sound a lot because it just interests me so much. How do you think you've evolved in coming into terms with live Totality now?
Well, I mean, it's just we've been around for roughly I don't know 8 to 10 years. I don't even know, but the core of us, the three string musicians, bass and guitar, we've been writing stuff together for that long, and as far as you just get to know each other's, uh, the writing, you know what someone's gonna do, and as far as like the drummers, we've only had two drummers in that time, and Nick, who plays drums now, he just falls right in line, and he's much younger than we are, but he understands what we're doing. So as far as evolving, it's just that time that you spend together creating music. It's gonna naturally evolve.
Hell yeah. Do you guys take turns like, hey, I got a riff, let's go off of this? Do you all like kind of pull together when it comes to writing, or let somebody take the lead every once in a while?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, we pull together. Like, I mean, just yesterday we finished up a new song, and Cyril, our guitar player, he just had some ideas he put down well, I say tape. There's no such thing anymore, but he put in a file on a computer, I guess you could say, and we just got together yesterday, and we threw together all our ideas. Like he had a skeleton of a song, so to speak, and then when we all got together, we just arranged it and put all our ideas in, and shit. After like 2 hours, we're like, oh,
Yeah.
there's a new song.
That, that's incredible. You guys have, your catalog. It seems like the writing process would take so long because some of these songs are so meticulous and well thought out. But damn, you said 2 hours. You're just popping them out. You're like, you know,
I mean, that's not commonplace, but yesterday was definitely out of the ordinary.
one of those days where everything comes together, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, usually it takes a few weeks or sometime. I mean, sometimes it takes months. It's just you never know.
I mean, you gotta love that, especially like you said, you have a dedicated core group of guys. You're all well in tuned with each other. That
Yeah,
that has to mean something when it comes to being in a band in general. If you all aren't in tune, like, it's gonna make that a lot harder than just playing together for,
sure.
some of these
And it
legacy acts like that.
and then between the four of us, really all we care about is the music. Nobody cares about like, oh, I gotta be the forefront of this part, or this, or we're playing live. I gotta step up on stage and be the center of attention. Nobody in this band, nobody gives a shit about that. It's all about the finished product, the music.
The music should always take center for
Yeah,
at the forefront, because it's just so much better when you have a group of unselfish guys just putting their hearts into this shit. As cheesy as
yeah.
that sounds, you're like, this is
I
what we
mean,
live for, and this is what we fucking die for. Let's
and
get it out
that's
there.
what it is, and that's what it is.
And
I always say, people are like, well, normal people don't understand this kind of thing. Like, you still do that? My response is, I'm too dumb to quit.
I mean, I will go off on a little side tangent here, specifically talking about metal and heavy music. I think we have some of the most dedicated fan base and dedicated musicians, because not a lot of people realize it's like, dude, some of these people do this for 20, 30 years. It's not like they're doing it for a career. They do it because they love it.
Exactly.
It,
Yeah. I mean, if I wanted to be rich, I sure as hell wouldn't be doing this.
you'd write a good pop album, right?
Yeah.
Now, going back to your music, you have a good visual aesthetics, with Axioma. From like your album art's always cool. I love it. It's kind of trippy and everything. To even some of your live performances, or you like your lighting is something different, and especially with live Totality, with performing to the eclipse. Are there anything else you want to experience and like not experience, I guess, like put into your live performances, visual aspects, music videos, or anything?
No, I mean, we just kind of show up and play live, however, wherever. I mean, we played in basements of houses. We played on the massive stages, and we just go up there, and our our goal is to present the music sonically as it should be. As far as visuals, Justin, one of the guitar players, he runs a website called Dark Art and Craft,
Oh shit!
and he's an artist, and he is the one responsible for all the visuals. Like that is his art. He does that, and he's an amazing artist, and that is a huge plus to have someone as talented as he is also in your band creating the art, the visuals for the band. You don't. I mean, that's not very commonplace.
Hey, it saves you some time and money trying to find an artist to do stuff, right?
Indeed, it does. Indeed, it does.
And I'm sure it means that much more if he's writing with the band and he's playing in it. He already knows what he's like. I'm picturing this in my head, what this should look like right now.
Well, of course, and he comes up with a lot of the lyrical concepts as well, and lyrics. He'll hand me a sheet of lyrics, and I'll go in and like the concept will be there and some lyrics, and then I just jumble things around and put my own stuff in there. So it's it's a it's a big part of what we do.
I I mean, some of these lyrics are dark, and like, again, it's kind of cathartic when people like listen to like this kind of music and everything. It's uplifting in that kind of sense. What do you draw from lyrically wise in the real world, like real events, personal loss, shit like that? What's inspired you the most when it comes to
Uh,
writing?
yeah, I mean, just the overall disgust of being a human.
Yeah, we are a plague.
I mean, that is it, and a lot of the concepts we deal with in Axioma as well is also the disgust of being human, but in a historical sense, like past atrocities and things, just kind of bring no pun intended, bring to light these things that we've done in the past, and this is who we are, and at least try to be a decent person.
Hey, it seems like we're barreling ever forward to more atrocities nowadays, so you'll never run out of lyrical content at that point.
Very true.
I mean,
Very
nothing to
true.
laugh about, but hey, at least you're in the business of dark and depressing shit along the horizon.
Yes.
I just want to thank you so much, Aaron, for talking to me today. I absolutely love this EP. We're looking forward to new music coming out. But that being said, what else do you have on the horizon when it comes to music? And actually, circling back, I had another question real quick. Answer this one first. What advice do you give to, say, a younger musician trying to get into heavy music nowadays?
Don't do it. No, no, I'm kidding.
Uh,
Just do what you do, man. Do what you feel. Don't let anyone else tell you like what you should be doing. If it comes out of you, then that is the most genuine thing that there is. Uh, if you care about money, then whatever, do that. But really, what comes out from inside of you, go for it, and don't let anybody tell you anything different.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now, that being said, my other question before that was, what do we got to look forward to in the future of Axioma? What else do you want to plug? Let's go.
Well, I mean, just playing shows. We got a show in Cleveland coming up January 4th with Punching Moses and Nuclei, which is consists of the OG Integrity Melnick brothers.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, check those guys out for sure. Nuclei. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it properly, but and then let's see, in mid-January, we're doing a show with Pelican in Columbus, Ohio.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, and so I don't think any shows or any touring. I mean, we're always open for touring, but nobody ever calls us, so whatever. But yeah, just writing new stuff, and hopefully have something else out next year.
Hell yeah. It's been an absolute blast talking to you, Aaron. Everybody go check out Live Totality. It's out now as of this recording. And check out that video. All these links will be down below, so please check it out. Until next time, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Take it easy.